little bit of everything we've been through all year long. Really, we didn't play as clean as we have at some point during the year. We had to grind and show some mettle and grit. And we needed for some guys to show up big for us tonight, and they did. Moreland, Prince, Cole Hamels, Keone Kela, Dinkman. I mean, a complete effort, really, in my opinion, on how these guys stayed in the fight the whole game. Didn't get rattled when we made mistakes, stayed focused, and put together some pretty special at-bats to come back, to answer, to tie, and then to have the two big boys in the middle to come up big for us was special. But I think really just kind of goes along with how we've played all year long.
You mentioned before the game how your lineup got stretched out a little bit with adding Napoli and being able to drop Moreland down. The way the eighth inning took place, the way the sixth inning took place, do we see the effects of that tonight?
Yes, you do. When you have that lineup stretched out like that, it puts some guys in key situations that they wouldn't have been there in those situations without that. And so when you can do that, when you can have a lineup 1 through 9 that really and we talked about it earlier, being able to structure a lineup that you give yourself any given inning an opportunity to put some runs on the board, and it showed up big for us tonight.
Prince has been so patient, consistent all season. He's obviously known for his power. It hasn't exactly been there lately. To see his patience pay off like that, what can that do in a big situation like you did for a hitter like him?
Well, yes, and to your point, I think really you look back probably 4 or 5 games ago when he started really showing some patience and looking for some pitches to hit. Just missed some baseballs that, man, we're sitting over in the dugout. Man, he's extremely close. He's getting there, getting the barrel out there to the baseball, and but he's been working hard. He's been in that cage, getting a swing on, and really saw it on a couple pitches tonight. There were a couple that got in on him, but there were a couple that he fouled off. That you saw the bat speed, you saw the barrel getting to the baseball. He was just missing, and to see it was no. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say it wasn't a surprise to see the ball go out of the ballpark. Even though there were some home runs tonight, that ball was absolutely hammered. To be able to go out of center field tonight in these conditions, that's just how strong he is.
Can you talk about DeShields? Because I know his bat's been a little shaky here with the strikeouts, but his defense has really made up for that, and then he came up with a big hit on this evening.
A big hit for us, and also just the defense that he's played and the reads off the bat progressively have gotten better all year long. And Jace Tingler, our outfield guys, had him out there every single day all year long, really working on his breaks on the ball, reading the ball off the bat, and he's really turned himself into a really nice major league center fielder.
Hamels overall, but also, what was the explanation on the balk?
Well, it was a balk. You have to step off there, and that's on me. That's all me. I'll take the blame for that one. It's a situation that we couldn't really tell immediately, just watching it if Marinzik had actually hit the bag, and so we were trying to get the video, our video guy to replay it, take a real close look at it, and you have to have an appeal to be able to go to video review if they say that he did touch, and so we're hollering at him to appeal. There was a timeout, got to reset, the ball's got to be put in play, and then you have to step off and throw over to first. And really that's Cole as locked in as he was. Situation that he's looking at all of us, and he just made a play over at first base. It's one of those situations happen, but I'll take the heat for that one. He's got to step off and then essentially say that he's appealing first, that he missed first base, and then throw the ball over.
You saw, to go back to the lineup thing for a second, you saw both the pluses and the minuses of what you're trying to do in left field with Napoli. You got the drop out there, and I know the wind was blowing, but you also got the big hit that accounted for a run. You were going to take him out after that sixth inning at bat regardless, even if you're still down a run?
Yes, we were.
Okay.
It was a situation that we felt like that three at bat situation. And then if it was a close game, we were going to go to the defense, and it would have been 8 at bats before we got back around to Nap. So just felt like that we can play defense for a couple of innings in a close game, and then be able to pinch hit if we needed to.
And just to follow up, I mean that you know that there were going to be some potential bumps in the road.
Absolutely.
That for you right now is a acceptable trade-off?
That's yes, and that's an acceptable trade-off for us. And look, at tough conditions, first ball that got hit to him, nobody feels worse than him. And again, I'll come at me with that one. I put him out there, and really, we want the bat in the lineup and against those left-handers, and you really saw what it does for us when we still have the two big left-handed bats in the lineup, and we have his bat in the lineup, and how we stretch the lineup out. It's important to us, and we'll continue to work on it, and he'll get better.
With all the punches and counter punches, and you've been to the postseason, did it feel like that in your dugout? Did it feel like that in your gut?
Oh, it felt like that in our gut, in the stands, and in the dugout, and it was pretty special to see a sea of red in the stands tonight too, and to have the fans on every single pitch, and every time it seemed like we got to 2 strikes, and they were up on their feet cheering and hollering, and these guys in this dugout, the energy was very similar, and just the way the game went, the back and forth, just two teams fighting it out for the top, just trading blows, yes.